Nick Mangwana to be demoted and posted to a small post in the Zanu PF Shake building. This is Temba Mliswa once again. Mliswa Argubuditsa Hompe, and he releases quite a lot of information that we have heard coming out, and quite a lot of other people that are so connected and have quite a number of a reasonable amount of information of what is happening. Continue to echo such statements that are coming from Temba Mliswa. So it seems like the whole Department of Information from the office of Mnangagwa going to the Ministry of Information is really at stake right now. It seems heads are really going to roll like nobody's business. I don't know yet about Muswere, who happens to be the minister, dear boss wa Nick Mangwana. Saka, I don't know how, but we understand why Muswere anonzi muzukuru wemkuru, right? So that's why probably it's surprising why we are seeing a hump, paita bridge up. Kuti mnobva kunana George Charamba, motivesi vanofanwa kuenda mojamba moenda kunana Nick Mangwana. What about Muswere? Muswere, how good has Muswere been? Because if the Ministry of Information, yes, it was nonsense, it means General Muswere too must be affected. But because some other animals are more important than others, those Muswere has kubatwa because anonzi muzukuru wemkuru. Saka mkuru ari kuziva zvaari kuita, ane vanhu vake vanoda kungoblema, but ane vanhu vake vasingakwanisi kublema. And that is the nepotistic kind of nature that Zimbabwe has turned into, especially our politics. And that is the problem that continues to destroy the nation, because if we are going to appoint each other according to our clansmanship or family bloodline, we are not doing good for the country. We are simply duplicating failure, because it doesn't mean that your relative is the best man to be in that position. Your brother, your child, or whatever, is not necessarily the best man to take that place or that office. But of course, we have seen this happening, especially under Mnangagwa, where at first, when he appointed his own children into ministerial positions, he even came out and said, I'm not afraid of anybody. When people were actually asking and questioning, how come this can be happening? But kuderera Zimbabweans for a very long time, but derera for 40 years, 45 years, 50 years, uchita haiwa zvikukwena zvangu izvi ndongeta zvikukuvatavata zvovata hapana chavanoita, they won't do anything and so on. Yes, it can be true for some time, right? Uyakwanisa kutudhelela abantu njengomnangagwa sedhelela abantu beZimbabwe okwesikhathi esithize now 40 plus years edhelela abantu beZimbabwe ezitshela ukuthi abasoze benze lutho vele and so on. Yes, engaba right for some time, but kule langa elizafika kuphela, one of the fine days things will turn around, tables will turn around, and what you thought was you had in control, you might realize that you were not in control at all. And this is one thing that they will never want to accept, although we will not cease to tell them and to remind them that tables turn around, and life is like a wheel. It turns, right? It turns up, down, the upper side goes down, the downside goes up. Manjana says here, grapevine is it that Jamwanda George Charamba could be fired early weeks of November, and Martin Rushwaya has already drafted the letter. Another one on the line is Nick Mangwana, who is going to be demoted to a lesser position. Nick will be moved to Zanu PF HQ to work with Marapira. Right. So you see, these are some of the things that we've always been saying. Zimbabwe even democratic, right? Because Nick Mangwana could have done his job in as much as he could, but then akufaiwa not because but of course we know on a level ground Nick has been doing a very bad job, right? Very, very bad. He has been very clumsy. He has been out of touch with reality. He was just doing the firefighting. Plus, anyway, what do you expect? No guarantee taura kuti hakuna basa rakaoma sokunzi uite munhu anodefenda Mnangagwa kana kudefenda zvigananda. Hapana basa rakaoma sairoro. Hakuna musevenzi onzima ukudlula ukuthi wena ube nguwe isikhulumeli sesigananda or isikhulumeli sikamnankako. Well, these people are just messing up things, messing up big time. And you can't really be, I don't know how good you need to be able to stand and speak on behalf of these ones, defend them in public, on the public domain. It's not very easy because vanoporonga and vanoporonga because vanoderera vanhu, right? So bahlala besona nje abantu bangikhona, not because of anything, just because badelela abantu beZimbabwe. But that's what makes life difficult for those propagandists and those that are supposed to be speaking on their behalf. And then at the end of the day, they want to blame them again as they've not done enough and things like that. But of course, the major issue here in ZANU-PF is not all this. The major issue is about the factionalism, because it seems like there are factions. People are sitting by the fence, some timing to see which side they can jump to. And in the process of doing that, of sitting by the fence, you may not attack any side, you may not defend any side vigorously, or else you'll be exposed that, okay, you now belong that other side. So that's what is making George Charamba and Nick Mangwana to be in serious trouble. That's why I was saying, what about Muswere? Why is it that Muswere is being left out here? But of course, we know it's nepotism, because Muzukuru Wemkuru, Saga, no, you can never go wrong. Whatever that is doing is fine. But that is not how things must go, or must, how things must happen. But that is the scenario that we always face in our country. A thing that we want to heal, a thing we want to cleanse from Zimbabwe, a thing that we are standing up against as a nation, a thing that we are praying that it must come to an end. When we get into the new Zimbabwe, the great one, we are definitely going to be fixing all these things and making sure that the rule of law takes its center stage and everyone respects the constitution, and things must be done by the book. Nobody is above the law. This is a thing that we will fix, and it shall be fixed, and Zimbabwe will start to rise once again. Otherwise, thank you so much. This is what it is. Let's keep praying and watching as days are approaching, and a lot is going to be happening right in the camp of the enemy. Remain blessed until we meet in the upcoming show. Remember, the Dark World season is there today. Don't miss it.